What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Manifesting Stardom. This is my journey to being the biggest star in the world. You get to hear me rant, you get to hear me journal, you get to be a part of the process in real time. Whether you're watching this when I'm famous, or whether you're watching this and you're going through this with me, or whatever. We just trying to keep our ducks in a row, trying to push and make our dreams come true and be aligned with what it is to make us happen, what it is that will make us become who we want to be and who we supposed to be. But today I wanted to talk about why delay does not mean failure. And a lot of times I hate the word delay and I hate the word failure, because delay insinuates that something was supposed to happen at one time, but it got delayed and it happened at a later time. So in our minds, something might be delayed, but that was never the time in the first place. And so we really got to learn to be we got to understand that we build momentum in our quiet seasons. You know what I'm saying? It's a Chinese proverb where they talk about how you practice for 1,000 hours or 1,000, I think it's 1,000 hours for 1 minute or something like that. Whereas like you're building the momentum so that when that moment comes, and so when God aligns everything else, it'll be lit. The scripture reference is Habakkuk 2:2-3. It says, "The Lord answered me. He said, write down what I will show you. Make the message very clear on the place where you write it. Then someone can easily read it and he can tell the message to other people." That's first thing. We always talk about how, the universe and all this other stuff. A lot of the stuff that we hear about the law of attraction is in the Bible. And it is written in the word that you need to write the vision and make it plain, like physically write it down, and it will become. It's another form of life and death is in the power of the tongue. So you need to write down your vision. Write down your vision. And then it says here, what I will show you must happen at the time that I have decided. I as in God. That is a future time, but it will certainly happen. As I have said, it may not happen very soon, but you must be patient. What I show you certainly happen. What I show you will certainly happen at the right time, so wait for it. So a lot of times God giving us the vision, he give us an idea, he's giving us a passion, he's giving us a gift, and so we see the ultimate result. For example, my end goal is to be the biggest star in the world, to have Grammys, to have 200 million monthly Spotify listeners, to be able to be an influence in the world, to perform to headline stadiums, not just arenas, but stadiums all over the world, to just be legendary and influential and just successful in every right. And so I see that vision, but God hasn't shown me, or when he gave me the vision as a teenager, as a kid, he didn't show me, oh, I will be in my 30s and not even there yet. He didn't show me all the different obstacles that I've had to overcome up until this point. Had he shown you what you had to go through to get there, you'd probably be like, yeah, I'm gonna chill on that. You know what I'm saying? But the premise of this is write the vision, and when God's timing is right, you will see it come to pass. But you have to prepare for the promise. You have to, never interpret it not happening now as a never. And you got to just keep your head down and continue to mature in this process. We got to also remember that the failure is the only thing that teaches us. Success does not teach us. Failure is the only thing that teaches us. The only way that I know to get better at something is if I can't do it. The only way that I know to continue to keep pursuing something or perfect something is if it ain't perfect. And so failure is the only thing that teaches you. And at the end of the day, that's a great thing, because that's the only way we get better. That's the only way we get better. And so we just have to learn that as we're failing, in our minds, we're actually just getting closer to the goal. We're actually just getting closer to the destination, And a lot of times, for a lot of us, there's a moving target. Excuse me, a lot of times, what I deem successful largely hasn't changed, but what I deem successful now versus then it used to be I want to sell a certain amount of records or CDs. That's not a thing now. Now I'm thinking I want 200 million monthly streamers. That's success. So the goal may change, the format may change, but the route may change, but the ultimate goal is the same. And so the note I have here is I've learned that results lag behind obedience. And so then I haven't read The Power of the Subconscious Mind, but I did read it, but just yesterday I was watching this video of this YouTube channel where they summarize books. And so I watched the summary of the book for The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And it talked about how your body, your conscious and your subconscious mind is like a ship, somebody used the example of a cab driver, and so the cab driver is your subconscious mind, and you in the back seat is your conscious mind. And so let's say you directing your subconscious mind or the cab driver. Okay, I want to go to this destination, right? And so then it's going to take time for your subconscious mind to attract those things and to perform those things to get you to that destination. But if by the time, let's say you want to go somewhere and a half a mile down the road, you change and say you want to go somewhere else, then your cab driver is going to be like, oh, let me turn, let me go here. You never gave him time to get to that destination because you changed your mood, you changed your inspiration, you changed your belief in yourself. You were inconsistent. So now, who knows where you'll end up because you keep changing your energy. Now, granted, we are human and life happens and we do live in the society that we live in, but the goal is to train your mind to stay focused on the thing and keep that energy towards the thing. That means through your physical actions, that means through your belief in yourself, and that means through the power of manifestation and trusting that this is what God has for you. And so a lot of times you are in the back seat of the cab and the cab driver is driving, but all you notice is the rain. All you notice is that this stoplight is super long. All you notice is that it's construction here. All you notice is that it's traffic. But you're going to that direction. As long as you keep that as your destination. And the only way you can keep that as your destination is by consistently believing, trusting, having positive energy, having positive, putting all of your energy and your intention behind the destination, being patient, being diligent, being focused, being up. You know what I'm saying? But if you it's raining, so maybe I should just do this because I could get there quicker, or this road got a lot of potholes, so maybe I won't go down that road. Maybe I'll just go down this easier road. Or, everybody going this route, or it's a lot of traffic here. I'm never going to make it there. I might as well not even. No, stay on the route. Stay on the route. With the detours, with the bumps in the road, with the bad weather, stay on the route. The moment you change your energy, your belief in yourself, your direction, your consistency, your intent, that's the moment the power of your subconscious mind starts to go with that. The self-doubt, the unbelief, the distraction, the doing other things, the laziness, you gotta stay in it and trust that the lag is just basically still getting you to that location, still getting you to that destination. Stay committed even when nothing seems to move. You gotta trust and you just gotta know. And I said it in a video before. I keep yawning. I said it in a video before, you could fail at doing something you hate. You could stop being an entrepreneur. You could stop being an artist. You could stop being a musician, and you could go and get a job in the medical field and hate it and still do terrible at it. You could stop being an entrepreneur. You could stop being an artist, and you could go and work at Amazon and hate it. You could stop pursuing medical, or you could stop pursuing, whatever trade you're pursuing, and then decide to go to law school because that's the better thing to do, and hate it and fail at it and be a terrible lawyer. You might as well put all your eggs in a basket and act like we live one time and go for the thing that you love. Because if you fail, at least you love doing it. If I never, which I am, so this ain't even a realistic statement, but if I was to never make it to be famous and successful and wealthy and be able to bless people and be a philanthropist and just be a legend, if that wasn't my future, I ain't gonna say I would be okay, but at least I would know that I sang, because I can sing for free. I sing for free. I sing for myself. I sing because that's who I am. I sing because the way it feels gives me joy. I sing because I love good singing, and I love to hear people sing, and I love good music, and I love to perform. I love holding the mic in my hand. I love standing on the stage. I love the feeling I get when the lights are shining on me. I love the feeling I get when I hear the track start or the band play. That's the reason that I do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, because I love to do it, I want to make money doing it. I want to be successful doing it. I want to gain influence from doing it. But if it never was to happen, I'm doing what I love to do. And so we have to understand that, you got to do it because you love it, and you got to trust that the results will come even if you don't see it in the moment. Stay committed. And another thing I have written here is I said trust that the unseen progress still counts, bro. The unseen progress still counts, because like I said in another video, that's like when somebody lose weight. And if you see them every day, you don't know that they lose weight. You can't tell. But for somebody that sees them, that only see them once a month or every few times a year, they see the difference. But you don't see it because they only lost a pound a day. And so the change is right before your eyes. And so that's how we have to look at ourselves and our progress in ourselves. If we get 1% better every day, it don't look like we changing. It don't look like we changing. But like the example I said about Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps trained every day, and his goal was to get, I can't think exactly, but it was something like a millisecond faster, to beat his time by like 1 millisecond every day or something like that. That's not even visible for the eye. And so when you train to be great, that 1% it makes all the difference, because it stacks up. So trust that the unseen progress still counts. Trust that when people don't see the progress you make, it still counts. Trust that when even you don't see the progress you make, it still counts. And that's why creating systems is paramount, because your reward is that you did the work today. It's not that I sounded so much better, or that I made so much more money, or that I got so many likes or so many followers or so much business or so. No, the reward is I did what I said I was going to do today. You may you may go to the gym every day, and that scale today might not move from the last 3 days. So that can't be your reward. But what can be your reward is that I went to the gym Monday, I went to the gym Tuesday, I went to the gym. The systems is the reward, not the results. Because the results are inevitable, but they are delayed, or they come at times where you may not think that they will come. But you can measure your effort. Oh, that was good. Yeah, you can measure your effort. You can't measure the outcome, but you can measure the output. I went to gym Monday, I went to gym Tuesday, I went to gym Wednesday, I did my best, I worked this out, I worked that out. Now when you hop on that scale and it doesn't reflect that, you can't allow that to be what deregulates your emotions or what sets you off. You gotta be like, well, I know I went, so I know the work that I did is unseen. It says, I trust that the unseen progress still counts. And then the last thing I just wanted to say is learn to regulate your emotions, which is kind of the same thing. But I've been reading a lot about one of the books I read, which I'm going to do a review on, is The Obstacle is the Way. One of the best books I've ever read. I can't even talk. One of the best books I've ever read. And it talks about leaning into the obstacle, like leaning into it. And not necessarily expecting things to go wrong, but to not lose your ish when things go awry, because it really is never as bad as it could be, but it can be worse based off of how you respond. Nothing is ever as bad as it could be. It's not as bad as it could be, but it can be worse if you make it worse. That makes sense? So you lose your car, or your car break down, that's messed up. But your car breaking down and then you getting out the car and losing your anger and kicking your car and busting your windows or throwing your phone or getting out on the highway and rage and you can make it worse. You can make it worse. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably an extreme example, but nothing is as bad as it seems. It may not be great. It may be sucky, but you can make things worse. And so delay does not mean failure. It says it's preparation catching up to promise. Yeah, that's good too. Preparation catching up to promise. So write your vision, make it plain, and be patient and be diligent in the meantime. Cool. I love y'all. I see y'all tomorrow. We killing it, bro. It's every single day of 2026 we've been recording and we've been releasing episodes. We lit. So I want y'all to have a good day. Be patient and tune in tomorrow.